Okay, so I hope that you guys can see me. I don't have a tripod. I can't seem to find anything in the house that can film me from a decent angle, so I apologize. I've got this new camera, but no tripod, and I don't understand how people set cameras on shit to make it look good. So my next paycheck, I'm getting a tripod. So, I'm sorry everybody, I am just like super cool. Okay, so I didn't make a video in July because some shit happened and I needed some time to decide on what I was gonna do and if I was gonna talk about it, and I decided that I am. This is more for like therapeutic for myself. It's been a really long time since I've spoke about anything in regards to my life. I don't even know if any of the same people that watched me last year still will see this video, so I'm gonna just kind of backtrack and bring you up to speed on what's going on with me, and hopefully you will have some compassion. I really hope that no one leaves me any ugly comments or judgmental stuff, because I just can't handle that right now. If I get any ugly comments, I'm just gonna delete them because it's not helpful for me right now. And believe me, I beat myself up all the time, so I don't need anything. I don't need it from any other place. My daughter's father only 2 months before I became pregnant. So we did not know each other very well. I wasn't looking to be in a relationship, but I became pregnant, so incredibly excited, and decided to put, my desires on the back burner and, try to make it work because we're having a child together. We moved in with each other and had some rocky times through the pregnancy. I had lots of doubts, but people kept telling me, you're just pregnant and you're just hormonal and blah blah blah. But I knew I really didn't want the relationship, and there was a lot of unhealthy things that were going on in the relationship anyway. So I ended up staying with him about 6 months after Cherish was born to try to make it work, but it didn't work. So I left September of last year, almost a year ago, and moved out of the house. We were renting a house, and I moved in with a friend, and I stayed with her for about 3 months to get back up on my feet. And during that period of time, I had lost all my pre-pregnancy weight, but then put it all right back on, and I'm back up to, I'm up to 200 pounds. I got my own place the beginning of this year in January, and I was slowly putting pieces together of my life. I've always struggled this time with setting clear boundaries with her father. He still very much wants to be with me and pressures me and puts me in a lot of stressful situations. But for the most part, I kept the boundaries. He doesn't live in the same city as me. He lives about an hour away, and so I tried to limit my contact with him to just when I would drop her off to see him, and whatnot. And but I didn't want him to know where I lived. I didn't want him to be in my day-to-day life at all. And during these last few months, I've just spent a lot of time trying to, spend time with myself and bringing my self-esteem up and bringing my, just trying to deal with my weight issue, because my weight issue is a direct reflection of what's going on the inside of me. I've been just dealing with a lot of shit emotionally, and Um, got a life coach, started reading more stuff, just really trying to dig in with why I keep getting myself into the same situations over and over. You know, I had spent a lot of time in counseling in my 20s thinking that I had resolved a lot of my issues from childhood, but I don't think I did, and so I was still dealing with that. And you know, I also in my 20s, even early 30s, had, you know, a lot of substance abuse issues, and never really thought they were that severe, but as I look back, I numbed myself for quite a while on a lot of stuff. So it's like this year, it's like everything's just been coming up. Anyway, so, but I still feel like I was moving in a forward direction. Well, I guess it was May. An incident happened at Cherish's daycare, which did not sit well with me, and so I decided to pull her out of daycare. I have no family in Austin, and I had nowhere to put her in daycare while I tried to find a new one. Well, I'm a full-time social worker. So I let her dad keep her out of town for a week, but it was horrible for me. I thought that we had gotten to a point where I don't know what I was thinking. Now that I look back, I think it was the fucking stupidest decision ever, but I allowed him to come and stay in my home during the week to watch her. He was in between jobs at that time. He works with a truck driver, and they drive throughout the country delivering stuff for like a month, and then they have like 2 weeks off, and they do this throughout the year. So it was like on one of his breaks. So it seemed like perfect timing. So he would stay here Monday through Friday, watch her during the day, and he has a cousin in Austin who he would either stay over there overnight or he would stay here. And it was okay for the first week. And then I started noticing his insecurities again. He started going through some of my stuff. He started just, you know, pressuring me to try to consider getting back together again. It was getting so overwhelming. So after the second week, I just was like, I don't think I can do this, but I didn't have anywhere for her to go. So it was a total of 3 weeks that this happened. So the last 3 weeks, you know, it was just miserable, and I was like, I can't have him in my life like this. Like, he won't let it go. And so at that point, he went back out on the road, and I had time to think, where I was like, I have to come up with better. I don't know how to deal with him. I don't know how to deal with this man. You know, for the rest of, you know, at least her younger life until, you know, whatever. So anyway, he was gone for like, I don't know, 2 or 3 weeks, and shows up at my house. Just shows up. He gets dropped off by the truck driver, and he's just like, I can't go back to where he lives. He's got some this is so embarrassing. He has like some legal issues, but this way he couldn't go back. You know, could just stay a couple nights. And I was put on the spot. I don't do well with things like that, and of course I didn't want him to be here. But you know, somebody's on your doorstep with all their shit, and you're just like, okay, a couple days. And he's like, it's only gonna be 2 or 3 days. I'm going back out on the road. It was like gonna be a Wednesday or something. So I was like, whatever. So the second night that he was here, I came home. Well, he picked the baby up from from school, and I came home, and he's like, I want to take you and the baby out to eat because I'm going to be gone for a while, blah, blah, blah. I was like, okay. So we go out to eat, and we start drinking, and I drank a lot. that night. I think it was nerves and just whatever. So we get back to the apartment, and one thing leads to another, and we sleep together. I'm not physically attracted to this person. I don't want to have sex with him. I don't want to be with him. I have no clue what the hell happened. I don't know. I can blame it on alcohol, but I'm like, am I that big of a loser? I don't know. So it happened, and the next day I felt mortified, horrified. Told him this could never happen again. This doesn't change anything, blah, blah, blah. He ends up leaving to go back out on the road the next couple of days, and I just put that behind me, and I dive deeper into my self-help shit, like trying to wrap my mind around how I let myself get back to that level with him, the person that I worked so hard to get away from, and all that shit. So fast forward 3 weeks, a month later, guess what? I'm pregnant. Fucking pregnant. By the man that I am trying to get away from. And there's no words to describe how I feel. Because I always wanted more children. And that's something to be super excited about. But listen, everybody, I'm 34 years old. I'm not married. I'm a single mom. I'm trying to get my shit together, and then I do this. And it's embarrassing because, all of the YouTube videos I watch, everybody's married, and they're in these healthy relationships, and they seem to, I know everything is, you don't know what's happening behind closed doors, but it's adult, mature relationships. This is something to me that happens like in high school or in your early 20s. I'm old enough to know that you don't drink and have sex unprotected, and because things happen. And so I struggled, because I've known for probably about a month now, with what I was going to do. I never thought I would consider abortion again, ever. But I was seriously thought about it for a long time, because I was like, I don't want to have a baby by him again. I don't want to have a baby in this situation. I already don't have any support as it is from my family. I do have friends in Austin, but they have families too. They have lives. And I'm not just like I'm 18. Like, I'm a grown ass woman. So I feel idiotic and stupid and so much shame, and I'm not happy about it. And so knowing this, and knowing that he would take this as an avenue of trying to get back with me, has been horrible. And at first I didn't even think I was going to tell him, but I'm trying to be honest and mature, and so I ended up telling him, and of course he's happy, and he wants us to be a family again, and I don't, and it's just a really fucked up situation. And it's like, I don't know, and all my friends are mostly like, you can do it, I support you, everything happens for a reason. I hear that all the time. Everything happens for a reason. And about a week or two ago, I came to a really good place, and I was like, I can do this. I can't see right now, but it's gonna be okay. But I'm back to a funky ass place, and I am officially depressed. Like, I am depressed. I'm overweight. It's hot. I'm pregnant so I feel like shit. I think I've gone to the doctor already. Tomorrow I'm 11 weeks. I don't know. It's hard, and I think the biggest issue is just me figuring out how I'm going to have a baby by someone I don't want to be with, and how much am I going to allow them to be involved in my life in this pregnancy? What is reasonable? What's ethical? What's the right thing? What do I want? I don't know. It's tough, and I want to be in a good place mentally and spiritually, because I don't want to have a sad, depressed pregnancy, you know. I want to be happy about this, but it's very confusing. So, putting all out on the table, I don't know if anybody has been in a situation like this before and they have any like positive advice for me. Or just keep me in your prayers, keep me in your thoughts. Yeah, and I know for myself, I don't always like to listen to lengthy, depressing videos. So if you did, thank you for taking the time to do that, because I know I prefer upbeat, positive, motivating videos, and this is not. This is just me, like, letting it all out. But I wanted to do this. Hopefully, like, nobody from my job or something is watching this, but that's a risk you take when you put stuff on YouTube. But anyway, blessings to everyone, and I do want to do pregnancy vlogs. You know, I did it with Cherish. I don't want to not do the same things with this baby. I know I'm not coming from the same place and on the inside as I was with Cherish, but I don't think that's, I don't want it to be like that. I want to get into a good place. So that's what I'm going to be working on, and hopefully you'll see more of me, and like I said, keep me in your mind, hearts, prayers, or whatnot. Thank you.